Well, drum corps people admit they're crazy. Crazy about a lifestyle that teaches young people lifelong skills. Eastern Iowa is fortunate to have a drum corps it can call its own. And during the next half hour, you'll meet the students, instructors, directors, and volunteers who proudly call themselves Nite Express. You'll also learn how you can get involved to keep this growing Eastern Iowa tradition alive and well for years to come. A word of caution, though, drum corps can be habit-forming.
Okay, halt at 8, halt at 8. 1, 2, 3,
Welcome to Corps Camp for Nite Express, one of several lock-up weekends spent in preparation for a summer of touring and performing. From Friday afternoon through Sunday evening, these 14 to 21-year-olds practice, practice, practice. And don't refer to these kids as members of just another high school band.
It's completely different.
What's different about it?
There's a lot more discipline in it, and in high school there's a lot of people, it's just another class for them, but here the people want to be here. They've got the desire to do well and perform at their best.
16-year-old Alex Philpott speaks from experience. This Marion teenager also plays in the Linn-Mar High School Band. In fact, a number of these musicians play in high school bands, like Cedar Rapids Jefferson student Jeffery Townsend. He joined Nite Express 3 years ago.
I didn't think it'd be this hard, though.
It's hard? In what way?
Just the strenuous hours that you have to put in on practice, because it's not only the camps here, it's like time on the road during the summer, and then time at home when you're trying to learn the music, and just trying to practice stuff like that.
So what makes you stick it out?
It's fun. I just like the feeling you get when you go out on the field. The satisfaction, the rewards are like endless. So.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Nite Express does have a history in Eastern Iowa. It started 31 years ago in Cedar Rapids. The Corps marched for many years under the name Emerald Knights. Then in 1992, Executive Director Ron Thibodeau came on board. Emerald Knights became Nite Express, and the Corps grew from 61 members in 1993 to 116 today. The Corps is now only a dozen members away from being eligible for open class competition.
There's Division III, Division II, and then Division I, which is that open class arena. And the vision of the organization was to do that. And again, going back to create the opportunity for as many people to participate as possible.
The Nite Express is constantly looking for new ways to tell the public about their Corps. A member of the bass drum line even created a Nite Express homepage on the World Wide Web. Here, drum corps fans in Eastern Iowa and across the nation can learn the Corps' history, get images of the Corps, learn its repertoire for the upcoming marching season, get a complete listing of the tour schedule, even names of the instructional staff.
60-40 body. Tuck the pelvis in.
And the instructors do a tremendous job in developing young, raw talent.
Oh, they're great. They really care for us. They want to criticize us and they want us to work hard, but they also, I guess, pay us off. They compliment us. They let us feel good about ourselves. When we're doing something right, they let us know it.
Building the self-esteem is very important because it's almost like being in front of a camera when you're in front of the audience. You got to let them know that it's okay to be confident, what to do, and those are the kind of things that, like I said, they can apply throughout life.
"17-year-old Courtney Richards is getting a very good lesson in life. This is Courtney's third year with Nite Express. Through drum corps, Courtney has learned what it takes to be successful.
You have to have a positive attitude. You have to be willing to work in a team. You have to be able to try new things and don't be afraid to make mistakes. You have to be able to take criticism.
And you need to know when to have fun. These impromptu sleeping bag races during a break help break up the repetition that comes in rehearsals. But downtime is also a time to brush up on skills. You can always spot someone practicing. Well, almost always.
You're welcome.
These kids work up an incredible appetite, so when it's time for dinner, it's time to stop everything else. Thanks to the hard work and dedication of volunteers, members of Nite Express get a first-class meal 3 times a day. Bonnie Nissen volunteers in the kitchen. What is it about drum corps people?
We're a family. We're crazy. It all evolves around being a family. I mean, if they're going to work together, we're going to work together, and the end result is a championship in Buffalo or down in Florida.
It takes a lot of volunteers and money to feed 116 musicians 3 meals a day every day they're on the road during the summer. We'll tell you how you can help nourish these kids in more ways than one a bit later. But next, we take you on the road with Nite Express. Stay with us. If you've ever taken the family on a summer vacation, you know preparing for even a week-long getaway is no simple task. You have to plan your route, find lodging, budget for food and gas, get the car road ready, and a myriad of other things. Well, the Nite Express family tours America for 8 weeks this summer with 3 charter buses, a staff bus, an equipment trailer, a kitchen trailer, volunteers, instructors, and 116 kids. Where do you sleep, 116 musicians? Welcome to another gymnasium. This one's in Saginaw, Michigan, the 17th stop on a 35-city tour. This day, like all the others on tour, starts early with breakfast and a morning workout. Then the practice that never ends.
We have a lot to get done. Please be focused. So good. Let's do this, please. Let's do 12, 18, 12, and 6. 12, 18, 12, and 6. Go, hustle. Look at where you are. You are not in the form. You're not worth looking. Yeah.
Days of practice turn into weeks and months of practice. So Nite Express Corps members learn a lot from the instructors. But they also learn plenty from each other.
First couple of camps, they're sitting in their own little cliques. You know, their own little areas, and they're very tentative about opening up to each other. And as time goes on, they seem to be able to just open and share with each other whatever. By July, they'll do anything for each other.
This is just a vehicle for life skills, life learning. It's not learning how to play an A or learning how to toss. It's learning how to learn, learning how to get along, learning how to teach.
About half the members of Nite Express are Eastern Iowans. And the rest?
We have kids from Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Japan, Illinois, Florida, Ohio, Indiana.
You learn a lot about different cultures because people come from different parts of the country, or as you mentioned, you have people coming from Japan?
I've learned a lot of Japanese. I learned how to make an origami swan.
What's an origami swan?
I think I have one. I learned how to make that. We had 1,000 of these, and we'd take them out for every show, and they were our good luck charm.
Here's where all the hard work and good luck charms pay off, on the field of competition. And it's the love of the competition that drives these kids to reach for more in life.
A lot of these kids have goals now that they probably never had. They never knew where they were going to go in their lives, and now look at where I'm going, what I'm going to do. I'm going to travel. The rush they get when they go out and see the stadium clapping, yay, here comes Nite Express. It's wonderful.
Yes, but there are those rainy days on the road, days when the weather doesn't cooperate, and you wish you had a little more rest.
Sometimes we don't get as much sleep as we need. Some of the bus rides get awfully cold. There's some interesting things that happen. Like my first year, the back wheels of our drum bus fell off.
Courtney can laugh about that now, but laughs are sometimes hard to come by. Like when sun-up to sundown practice sessions don't go exactly as planned.
And I really hope that you guys are as into it as I am. But right now, I don't see it. I don't see you guys putting your all out there on the field.
It gives you a work ethic, so when you go back to school, you are working hard and you want to do things perfect the first time.
I don't think a lot of them realize that they're learning it at this particular time. However, I think they will look back and go, wow, I picked up that information there, I carried it with me, and that's all I ask. I said, when I'm talking to the members, just take a look around you, watch, observe, okay, and take everything. Be a sponge, absorb everything you possibly can, not just from the musical end, but all of your experiences, because that's what you're going to be able to take with you.
What does it mean to you? I mean, to be a part of this corps?
Be part of the family.
That family includes volunteers, people who give up their summer and more to drive the Corps' tour buses, cook meals here in the Corps' kitchen trailer, and just lend a helping hand wherever and whenever it's needed. Many of the volunteers are parents of Corps members, but you don't have to be. Nite Express needs volunteers. This marks Wayne Thompson's 3rd year volunteering for Nite Express. He says the payback gives him a great feeling.
When a kid comes up and says thank you, or one of them walks up and gives you a hug and says, we appreciate what you do for us, hey, it's worth whatever you do. Lack of sleep, on the road all the time, it's worth it. Usually by the end of the summer, I'm a dad to possibly 20 people.
Nite Express is a non-profit organization, and as the Corps has grown, so have expenses. When you add up the cost of insurance, instructor salaries, transportation, maintenance, food, uniforms, and musical instruments, the price tag for fielding the Corps this year comes to $250,000. The president of Nite Express's board of directors.
And we really have gone out and asked for corporate support throughout the city, and we get the same answer everywhere we go. What a great activity this is. Why haven't we heard about this before? You know, and how can we help?
That's a question we hope you will answer. If you support the type of education and experience these young people get from Nite Express, grab a pencil and paper. When we come back, we'll show you what it takes to compete on the field and off, and how you can help this growing Eastern Iowa tradition march into the future. Please stay with us. Eastern Iowa tradition. I'm TV9's Scott Sanborn. I hope all the traveling, practicing, and performing haven't tired you out. We're about to board the Nite Express caravan for another contest in another city. This one in Toledo. Not Toledo, Iowa, Toledo, Ohio. And it's a championship show at that. And don't forget your pencil. We'll show you where you can find out more about Nite Express.
Focus in, do what you have to do. Always be prepared. Breathe in. Out.
It's contest day. Everyone is focused. You have to be. In this musical sport, there's so much to remember. And like in any team, each member plays a vital role in the program. Nite Express, like every drum corps, is comprised of 4 different groups. The guard, the horn line, the drum line, and the front ensemble. Within those respective groups, each member works hard toward his or her own maximum potential. Their individual performances ultimately affect their group's performance, which in turn affects the corps' performance. This is Nite Express in Toledo at the Drum Corps Midwest Championship. As you can see, all the music, marching, and maneuvering are meticulously intertwined. The goal is to make a seamless 11-minute show, one that pleases the crowd and the judges. From the highest possible score of 100, judges take away points for each mistake. It's a lot of pressure, but it's a pressure that can lead to a lot of pleasure.
The crowd was really into it and everything, and we just rocked out a show. It felt really good. And it wasn't all perfect, but it just felt really good.
What is it like when you're standing out there on the field in front of thousands of people and you end a number and that crowd erupts into a roar? I mean, what does that feel like?
I guess it's like running the mile faster than anybody else.
When you see a kid that maybe comes in a little troubled in January, and when they leave in August, they have that sparkle in their eye, and you know that you've actually done something that's going to carry and transcend off the field. That's, I think, why I'm doing it.
You know, a lot of parents, after coming back from tour, they ask me, what did you do to my son or daughter? He no longer sits on the couch with the chips with the remote, okay? I mean, they're much more focused in school. They utilize, as far as their time management, very well.
We're an honor student. Yes.
And do you think drum corps helped do that?
Oh, yeah. It's set goals. She knows what she wants. No questions. And she knows if she hits the book, she's going to make it there. And a parent can tell a child, you know, hit the books. But if they don't see other kids or work with other kids, they're not going to do it.
In second place, with a score of 59.9, 59.9, Nite Express.
Nite Express came in right behind Milwaukee-based Pioneer in last year's Drum Corps Midwest Championship, but payback time came the very next day. Nite Express beat Pioneer in this volleyball grudge match. Revenge is sweet.
Listen, baritones, hum in your head.
Join such a great organization? Typically, a new member pays $550 for the year. Returning members get a $50 discount. But don't let the cost of dues discourage you. If necessary, the Corps can help you raise the money.
We put together some programs and packets to teach them how to go out and how to ask for a meeting and how to dress appropriately, get out to those meetings, and really kind of go through what you and I would know as an interview session to be able to learn that. Now, when they're in there, they're just trying to raise some money for dues, but what they really are learning is a skill that we know we have to use in our adult life, and there's real value that they get out of that.
Membership dues is only one source of the Corps' income. As part of its ongoing fundraising efforts, Nite Express also runs this bingo hall at the corner of 2nd Avenue and 8th Street Southeast in downtown Cedar Rapids. The Corps' bingo games are held here every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday nights. Nite Express also generates about $30,000 a year in appearance fees. Those appearance fees, along with the dues and the bingo, generate about 80% of the $250,000 it takes to field the Corps. The rest, about $50,000, comes from corporate and community donations. Running a first-class drum and bugle corps isn't cheap, especially when the Corps keeps growing.
Last year, we had 31 horn players, and this year we're going to have 60. That's 29 horns. And to give you an idea on costs, the contrabasses cost $5,000 a piece.
That's quite an investment. But as Executive Director Ron Thibodeau will tell you, it's really an investment in the kids.
You know, they're youth of today, but I look at them as leaders of tomorrow. And I think that's what we're producing, is leaders of tomorrow.
I've become a better player. I've become a lot more responsible. I've become a lot more committed to things I get into. I want to keep going until they're completed. I have a better tolerance of people now.
I have a lot more social skills. I can carry on a conversation without annoying or boring the person. And I have a lot more responsibility, and I can get things in my life done.
And where would you be, and what would you be doing if you weren't doing Nite Express and drum corps?
I'd probably be sitting at home in my air-conditioned living room, on my couch, watching TV. That's probably what I'd be doing.
You'd rather be doing this?
Yeah, I'd rather be doing this.
In addition to dozens of other shows, Nite Express will compete in the Drum Corps International Championships in Orlando, Florida this summer. The Corps also hosts its own competition in Cedar Rapids. Some of the top-rated drum corps in the country will compete in the Tournament of Drum Show at Kingston Stadium on June 28th. Now, I hope you have your pencil or pen ready. Next, we'll show you where to write or call if you want more information about Nite Express. Stay with us. and what it can do for Eastern Iowa's youth. If you'd like to find out more, or if you can help Nite Express by volunteering or by making a financial contribution, here's the address and phone number. Simply write Nite Express, Post Office Box 1142, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, 52406. Or call area code 319-362-9880. Remember, your support will help keep Nite Express a growing Eastern Iowa tradition. I'm Scott Sanborn. Thanks for watching.